Rahil, and I am working under DevTa since 2015, and I want to discuss how to set boundaries in relationship and stay true to yourself.
Great topic. Setting boundaries in relationships is essential for maintaining healthy dynamics and ensuring that you remain authentic to yourself. We can dive into strategies and tips to help you navigate that effectively.
I'm not feeling well due to my medical condition and can't speak louder, so you'll have to focus on my words, and I will speak only short questions.
I'm here for you, and I'll make sure to keep things comfortable and easy. Just let me know whenever you're ready, and I'll do my best to help. Take your time.
What does it really mean to set boundaries in a relationship?
Setting boundaries in a relationship essentially means establishing clear guidelines about what is acceptable and what isn't in order to protect your well-being and maintain mutual respect. It involves communicating your needs, values, and limits in a healthy and assertive way. These boundaries help create a safe space where both individuals feel valued and understood. They can be emotional, physical, or even digital, and they help prevent resentment and misunderstandings. Ultimately, setting boundaries allows you to stay true to yourself while fostering a balanced and respectful relationship.
Why do people struggle with setting boundaries?
Thank you for sharing that. It's a common talent, and there are definitely strategies and tips that can help make it easier. We can explore those in detail whenever you're ready.
How can someone identify their personal limit and values before setting boundaries?
Identifying personal limits and values is a crucial first step in setting effective boundaries. To begin, it helps to engage in self-reflection. Take some quiet time to think about past experiences and identify moments when you felt uncomfortable, stressed, or resentful. These feelings often signal where your limits might be. Additionally, consider what you deeply value in relationships, such as respect, honesty, or personal space. You can also write down your thoughts and feelings in a journal to clarify your boundaries. Another helpful approach is to seek feedback from trusted friends or therapists, as they can offer insights you might not have considered. Over time, as you become more in tune with your own needs and values, it becomes easier to set and maintain boundaries that feel authentic and supportive.
What is the difference between compromise and sacrifice?
Compromise and sacrifice are related concepts, but they differ in their impact on individuals and relationships. Compromise involves both parties making concessions to reach a mutually acceptable solution, ensuring that everyone's needs and values are respected to some extent. It's a balanced give and take where both sides find common ground without feeling too deprived. On the other hand, sacrifice usually implies giving up something important or valuable for the sake of the other person, often at a personal cost. All sacrifice can be an act of love and selflessness. It can sometimes lead to resentment if it's one-sided or excessive. In essence, compromise aims for mutual benefit, whereas sacrifice focuses more on self-giving, sometimes at a personal expense.
How can someone clarify boundaries without being rude or selfish?
Setting boundaries in a respectful and considerate way is all about clear communication and empathy. One effective approach is to use I statements, which focus on your own feelings and needs, rather than placing blame on the other person. For example, you might say, I feel overwhelmed when I don't have personal time, so I need some time to myself each evening. It's also helpful to be consistent and calm when expressing your boundaries, and to be open to a dialogue. Acknowledge the other person's perspective and reassure them that your boundaries are about maintaining a healthy dynamic rather than creating distance. Remember, boundaries are a form of self-care and can actually strengthen relationships by fostering honesty and respect.
How to respond if someone feels defensive or upset by setting boundaries?
When someone reacts defensively or gets upset after you set a boundary, it's important to approach the situation with empathy and patience. Start by reassuring them that your intention is not to hurt them, but to maintain a healthy and respectful dynamic. Acknowledge their feelings and let them know that we value the relationship. It can be helpful to explain the reason behind your boundary, ensuring that it's framed in a way that highlights mutual benefit. Also, give them space and time to process the information and remain open to further conversation. If the defensiveness continues, it might help to revisit the conversation later when emotions are a bit calmer. Ultimately, maintaining a calm, consistent, and compassionate approach will help the other person understand and respect your boundaries in the long run.
How to be a good partner within the boundaries?
Being a supportive partner within boundaries involves a mix of respect, communication, and empathy. First, it's important to actively listen to your partner and understand their needs and limits without judgment. Show that you value their boundaries by respecting them consistently. Open and honest communication is key, so make sure to check in regularly and discuss any concerns or adjustments needed. Empathize with their perspective and validate their feelings, even if you don't wholly agree. Be flexible and willing to adapt, but also be honest about your own boundaries so that the relationship remains balanced. Over time, this mutual respect and understanding can deepen trust and strengthen your bond.
How can someone rebuild confidence after years or weak boundaries?
Rebuilding confidence after setting a boundary can take some time and self-compassion. First, it's important to remind yourself that setting boundaries is a healthy and necessary act of self-care, not an act of selfishness. Reflect on the positive reasons behind your boundary and how it contributes to your overall well-being and the health of the relationship. It can also help to seek support from friends, a therapist, or a support group who can reinforce your decision and remind you of your worth. Practicing self-affirmations and celebrating small successes and maintaining your boundaries can also boost your confidence. Over time, as you see the positive effects of these boundaries, your self-assurance will naturally grow stronger.
How do boundaries differ between relationship, friendship, and family?
Boundaries can vary across different types of relationships because each one has its own dynamics and expectations. In romantic relationships, boundaries often revolve around emotional intimacy, physical space, and exclusivity. In friendships, boundaries might focus on time, emotional support, and the level of personal sharing. Family relationships can be a bit more complex because of long-standing histories and emotional ties. The boundaries may involve more nuanced negotiation around traditions, values, and past experiences. In all cases, the key is clear and respectful communication. It's important to tailor your boundaries to fit the specific nature of each relationship while maintaining consistency and authenticity.
How to respond when someone tries to cross boundaries?
When someone tries to cross the boundary, it's important to respond with clarity and kindness. Start by calmly reiterating the boundary and the reason behind it, making sure your message is direct yet respectful. You can say something like, I've mentioned that I need this space, or that makes me uncomfortable, and I'd appreciate it if we respected that limit. It's also helpful to stay consistent and follow through with any consequences if the boundary is crossed again, as this reinforces the importance of the boundary. At the same time, try to keep the conversation open and non-confrontational, emphasizing that the boundary is about maintaining a healthy dynamic rather than criticizing them. Ultimately, patience and consistency are key in reinforcing your boundaries.
What normal boundaries should couple decide?
The boundaries that a couple sets are unique to their relationship, but there are some common areas that typically need attention. Emotional boundaries are crucial, ensuring both partners feel safe expressing their feelings without fear of judgment. Communication boundaries help set expectations about how and when you talk about certain topics. Physical boundaries are important for comfort and intimacy, making sure that both partners feel respected in terms of personal space and touch. Time boundaries are also essential, balancing time spent together and apart. Lastly, digital boundaries hope to find how you interact online and respect privacy. The key is that these boundaries are mutually agreed upon and flexible enough to evolve as the relationship grows.
Okay, thanks for guidance and motivation. I will be right back after some time with another topic to discuss with you. Bye.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. Feel free to reach out anytime you want to chat again. Have a great time and take care.